Why do you always call the Ghostbusters? Because when you don't, this happens. You'd think if you could count on anybody to call your paranormal investigations and eliminations business when something weird goes down, it would be family. You would think that until you met Ray's Aunt Lois, a true believer who, when the time to exorcise ghosts comes, called a TV psychic. To be fair to Ray's dear old aunt, the real Ghostbusters seems to exist in a world of pure insanity. Take their reason for keeping Slimer around, for instance.
Wait, Peter. The value to science should be incalculable. We could get the Nobel Prize.
You guys have already proven that life exists after death. You should be getting every Nobel Prize from now to the end of time. This is... How are your scientific endeavors wallowing in obscurity? It's just the way of this insane world, I guess. Which is why when Aunt Lois starts having spiritual headaches, she shows up at the Ghostbusters headquarters to tell them that she went with someone else. You're a horrible Aunt Lois. Still, the old lady is kind enough to invite the Ghostbusters over to her place to watch her favorite TV psychic in action. And yes, this character is exactly what you'd expect. From the moment the team shows up, it's obvious this guy is a scam artist. Egon picks up some PKE readings, but says all the equipment on site is designed to agitate spirits.
Can his equipment handle it?
His equipment isn't designed to handle it. It's designed to annoy it.
Oh, good. As long as it's not completely useless.
When we look under the table, we see the standard noise and projector light show that every fake spiritualist carries. Yes, he's a fake, and yes, this is going to go exactly as well as you would guess. To be honest, the finer points of this episode aren't really interesting, but it is kind of cool to see the difference between, the fake spiritualist way of dealing with ghosts and the Ghostbusters would-be scientific way. It's almost like a weird message, right? Like you would have an episode like this of a cartoon show teaching kids a lesson, look out for scam artists who pretend there are ghosts. But then this is taking place in a world where, yes, there are really ghosts. Kind of a confusing mixed message, guys. Anyway, it turns out there are ghosts in Aunt Lois's house, but they're helpful spirits. House ghosts who keep the household running smoothly. Or there were nice ghosts until the fake seance offended them. The episode has some back and forth here as Ray's idiot aunt tries to let her TV psychic clean up the mess, but the Ghostbusters wind up holding a second fake seance and draw the spirits out to bust them for real. This would be a forgettable scene if it wasn't for the fake chanting.
And a 1, and a 2, and a... The square of the hypotenuse is always equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides.
Egon does math, Winston does some sort of singing, and Ray and Peter sing the most white people song in the history of white people songs. 99 bottles of beer.
98 bottles of beer on the wall, 98 bottles of beer.
It's kind of perfect. Exactly the kind of seance I'd want to attend.
Go, son! Get out, face! Ha! Good God!
Still, I'm a bit disappointed with the ending. The fake seance simply draws the ghosts out so they can be busted in a normal fashion. But until they were disturbed, these spirits were pretty much harmless. There are some cool shots, like one where they shoot a ghost out from under a shelf just to catch it with a trap on the other side, but ultimately I wish Ray had found a way to placate the spirits rather than simply trap them. I mean, it's kind of a shame. These ghosts never did anything wrong. But I guess indiscriminate ghost jail just is indiscriminate. Doesn't seem fair. It's not a great episode, but it's not quite bad enough to skip. It's also not the last we'll see of the Ghostbusters extended family either. Next time, Egon will cry uncle. Until then, stay charged. Yeah, we're sticking with that for a little while, I guess. Bye.